So, Kavik, you want to go over our runners here that we have on screen right now? Maybe. Well,
We have rcdrone, we have JSR, we have AngryLarry, and we have anthole. Our seating was just random. We didn't really have a good way to place people based upon PVs because, it's going to be so varied as to what they get. Who knows how close it is to what their experience is.
yeah, and I'm glad to see a lot of people from the Zelda community show up. AngryLarry, JSR, RC Drone. This new amateur Ant. I don't know about him. I hear good things though.
And the race is just about to start up. They're confirming some readies as well.
And they're off.
So as you can see, the start location is randomized here. This is kind of a not fun position. This is way in the bottom left of the map. If you use Z helper, I guess you can consider it the bottom left no matter what. This location requires a lot of walking to get anywhere, and you're right next to the Lost Woods, which can be a little annoying.
Yeah, definitely. But on the other hand, since they're not Death Mountain, they shouldn't have too much of a hard time starting out here, even though it's a pretty awkward location.
So we see a couple things already that where level 3 is in Quest 1 is clearly showing Quest 2 overworld. Also, we saw some shields flying around there from the enemies, which means that at least this is sprite shuffle, if not fun %, which means that the sprites are all going to be mixed around or all the same. We see in the shop that they're clearly not all the same. So the sprites are all mixed up. We don't know what correlates exactly with what. There are some clues to kind of figure out what is what, but it can be a bit daunting to try and figure out exactly what everything represents. That little shiny ball that costs 20 rupees, most likely a bomb. As we saw, AngryLarry did buy it, and he did in fact get bombs. rcdrone finds level 3
Actually, I think it's a candle, actually.
Is it a candle? Oh,
yeah,
I
it's
guess you're
candle.
right.
Yeah,
That's an oddly low price for a candle. I should have noticed that he clearly has no bombs.
Yeah, it hasn't happened to any of the seeds I tried lately, but prices can be randomized, and that's really actually pretty good. It could also be bad because some normal low-priced items will skyrocket in price, and it can make the seed kind of difficult for essential items.
Anthole goes pretty much directly to normal start. There is a really high chance that the sword will be there, even with these randomized options, just because there's technically a 50% chance that the caves aren't shuffled at all. At least I think. I'm assuming on a lot of these percentages it's closed source, so I don't know. But then even if the caves are shuffled, then there should be another 50-50 chance as to whether that particular starting sword cave is shuffled.
Yeah, so like everything is shuffled around with different sprites, and they do have to look in the inventory and see the placement of the items. Like AngryLarry just picked up that wand, which isn't actually a wand; it's the gauntlet, which will help him move the statues and open up pathways, because the warp zones will not actually always be warp zones, so it might be dungeon or otherwise.
So Anthole finds level 1. It is looking a lot like the caves are not really shuffled here. So people are probably going to be making a beeline up to level 9, see if it's locked whatsoever. If it is locked, they need to figure out what is the requirement to get in, because it's not necessarily 8 Triforce. It can be fewer Triforce, it can be a completely different item. If it's not 8 Triforce, then the guy at the entrance will tell us.
And I know sometimes the old vanity engines will ask you for certain items instead of the actual Triforce, but that's pretty rare. Ooh, Dungeon Lionels. That's not very good.
AngryLarry's opting to look around in level 3 here a bit.
Yeah, it looks like this is one of those seeds with non-important drops on random enemies, so it looks like the items, important items and essential items, are going to be inside the dungeon.
And JSR did confirm there that it is going to be 8 Triforce required to get into 9. Basically, if the guy at the entrance door says some nonsense, it means that you're required to get all 8 Triforce. It can be a little confusing sometimes because they'll mention like a banana or something, and you think, oh, I need boomerang. No, unless they specifically say boomerang, it is 8 Triforce.
Yeah, thankfully all these seem to be Quest 1, our first Quest vanilla dungeons. So it shouldn't be too difficult. I'm sure that items are shuffled though throughout each dungeon. The enemies certainly are shuffled.
Luckily, the keys are some normal HP there. If you get keys with a bunch of HP, it can be really annoying.
Ooh, I have never gotten a seed with high damage rate keys. That's that's gotta be annoying. rcdrone and JSR both in level 3, making their way. It's a little hard to fight off bunnies with the level 1 sword, or wooden sword, or book in this case. And there we go, AngryLarry finds the book.
Yeah, trying to fight through these Poles voice. They know the dungeon dungeon layout at this point, since it does seem to be vanilla. So they want to go south here. And to go south, gotta kill all these Poles voice.
Chances are they'll find the bow and arrow after they get through all the Poles voice rooms, which is likelihood for a randomizer. There we go, he's got some kind of bow. Oh, it turns out to be
that
the
is a raft.
Raft, yep.
So it would seem that the items are standard as well.
Yeah, it looks like.
Still too early to say for sure, but that's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
At least I haven't seen any other items.
Yep. So I'll put the runnies here that are very familiar with vanilla. Not a lot of randomizer runners are that familiar with vanilla and first quest and second quest routes and everything like that. But it does help in seeds like this. It just happen to have vanilla layouts for dungeons or overworld, things like that.
JSR gets his wrench, saves and quits out. Still gotta grab the Triforce, because all of them are required.
That's right. So I'm not sure about the overworld though. I'm not sure if it's actually mixed or completely first quest friendly.
Yeah, I suppose it is technically still possible that we will see some second quest dungeons.
Mm-hmm. rcdrone making his way to level 4, which is the same vanilla location. So I'm guessing the dungeon locations are the same, or sometimes they can be, and sometimes they are also some of them are mixed up in different locations.
Well, I think all the dungeon locations are going to be the same unless we get mixed, and then they'll be sort of different but also the same. It's kind of weird how that works when they're mixed.
Yeah. There has been seeds where half of the vanilla locations are still there, but other ones are mixed. So it kind of makes things interesting. Looks like Ant is going to make his way to level 9 out. I don't think he knows that it's a Triforce required. All 8 Triforces. Oh no, I'm sorry. He's going past 9. Got a little confused there for a second. Oh, Death Mountain looks the same, basically. There's a Gibdo smuggling a key. Gibdo yo, Kavik.
Sure. RC drone picking up a ladder.
AngryLarry finds a sword, and it's actually the... Is that the wand?
It shouldn't be. I missed looking it up, but the wand is never in 1 unless the items are actually shuffled. You would expect a bow there.
My mistake. Yes, but...
Grabs the boomerang as well. Larry doing some fancy footwork to kill those dark nuts from in front of them. Didn't have much choice on the bridge there, but if you can angle it just right, hit it at the right time, you can do damage to them from in front. RC drone moving on from 1. JSR finishes up level 4 there.
Looks like JSR is going to level 1 now. rcdrone making his way to Death Mountains.
Yeah, I guess he didn't realize that he needs all the Triforce, never made that trip. I was wondering if he had actually skipped Triforce. It seemed like he skipped it in 1 at least.
Yeah, I did see him up in A at the Dig Dogger, the boss in 1. So that is confirmed that the bosses are randomized for each dungeon.
And rcdrone heads back to 4, try and get that Triforce. And JSR forced to leave. Of course, needs a flute there.
Yeah, these guys are intently familiar with the vanilla dungeons here. So as you can see, they're doing the clips like rcdrone did the ladder clip in level 4. And this is basically where was the speedrun route to get through this level.
Yeah, for the most part. They will have to backtrack, of course, like they need the flute for level 1. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty standard speedrun, like you're saying.
Yep, I completely almost forgot about the flute needed for Dig Dogger. Same as well for the silver for Ganon. Then again, Ganon might not even be required at all. It could be in 1 HP. But since everything seems pretty vanilla, I'm pretty sure Ganon is forced. Or going to be forced for level 9.
Well, it's a completely separate flag, so you can't really base it on anything that we've seen so far. Kind of just have to get into 9 and see what happens, really.
True. 9 could be a completely different story. JSR making his way to level 5. While rcdrone once again goes through level 1.
So another interesting aspect of the randomizer is that, and this is normally second quest 4, but they've opted to put 5 here when you're running first quest with a second quest overworld. I believe it was so that the recorder locations more matched the sort of vanilla set.
Yeah.
That's what I've been told anyway. And apparently I was wrong. I was led to. It's just how it's stored behind the scenes. Thank you for clarifying that, Mr. Coughlin.
Okay, now Larry knows that all HI forces are required. JSR making his way through level 5. He does have the ladder. He's got quite a bit of the items. So, yeah, pretty much going through this standard vanilla speedrun route. No, I guess in a way, it is a lot better to deal with these Lionels in the dungeons rather than the Dark Nuts. I'll take them over the Dark Nuts any day. They can be a pain with their projectiles, but then again.
And grabbing some rupee secrets there. Doesn't seem to be on quite the mission that rcdrone and JSR are. Perhaps hasn't quite figured out the exact logic of the seed yet. rcdrone grabs himself a stick of meat. And he is going to blow into that meat to play a tune.
Which I'm sure we've all done in our lives. Play meat as a musical instrument.
I'm sure there's lots of bones that were turned into musical instruments all the time. Just not usually with the meat still on them.
Not yet, anyways. Oh, JSR gets caught and dies in 5. rcdrone still making its way through 5. And AngryLarry enters level 8.
So rcdrone's dealing with these pulse voices in these turret rooms, which is a huge pain. Apparently never bought an arrow. Doesn't have funds for it at the moment.
No, it looks like AngryLarry's the one with the massive funds. I'm guessing he dropped by some of the caves, the money caves on the overworld. I'm guessing if it's just like the vanilla route, he's going to be using funds for the arrows as well as the meat. Actual meat, not the meat. Then again, with sprites changed around like this, it can be a little difficult to be shopping. So most of the time, you're just not sure what you're gonna get. He also hasn't picked up any extra hearts either, so you might have a little bit of a hard time in the
JSR picks up another heart. He can now go and get the white sword if he desires. The hearts were randomized on it. It, I believe, maxes out at 6 for the white sword. That's the highest it can possibly be.
Yeah, so it might be the full heart set for the magic sword then, right? Correct?
It could be. I'm not sure if they correlate in any way, or if it's completely randomized on its own. If one is shuffled, the other is shuffled, but I don't know how the exact number of hearts correlates between the two of them, if at all.
Okay, yeah, 10 the least amount for the magical sword. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mr. Coughlin. What would you do without you here? Thank you for being there. rcdrone made his way through level 2. JSR is still fighting his way through 5. Anthole checking out the caves in the overworld. Stacking up some extra rupees.
rcdrone fighting a whole bunch of Gibdos.
Gotta love those Gibdos. He wants nothing to do with those mummies. He's gonna make his way through the rest too.
Yeah, health was getting a little sketchy.
AngryLarry buys a shield, which might be another item completely, which is, yep. Shield is, in fact, the arrows. Now he should have quite an easy time fighting those Pole's voice.
JSR gets the level 5 Triforce. rcdrone got a face full of Boomerang.
And these are red bubbles here in level 3. He's gonna have to be pretty careful about that because he gets hit, unless I'm seeing things wrong. Yeah, I guess they weren't. Which they shouldn't be, because this is all first quest so far, not no second quest elements.
Well, the overworld is decidedly second quest, but other
right.
than that...
Right. Oh.
Got these fast-moving blue guys. Those are they're the Moldorms?
Yeah, Moldorms. Very difficult to fight in level 9 for vanilla, but as you can see here, they're also very, very difficult to fight.
Could be the land mollusk. I'm not sure which one it is.
I think it's the one.
Was saying mollusk,
the one with the.
So
Yeah, the one with the L. The one with the L in the name. I think that's it. They start feeding the dongos to get some extra bombs. Always feed the dongos. They love bombs.
So skipping the land Moldorms there that time.
There you go. Okay, looks like JSR has about 4 Triforce pieces so far. It's 4 to go. Ant is scoping out the mountains post level 6 area.
Still looking for his first Triforce.
I'm not sure if he knows that it's going to be vanilla dungeon locations. He might not know that yet. There we go. RC drone picking up his blue sword. Sorry.
No, you're fine. It seemed like Ant went pretty quickly to Vanilla Quest 2.9 to figure that out. I thought that's what happened. Maybe I made that up. But from there, it seems like he's just gotten lost from what he knew.
Yeah, I did see him going tonight, but I don't know if he thought that was the only one that was in the same location, or kind of a little confused by that. Not sure.
JSR goes back to pick up the level 1 Triforce.
Yep, so that gives him 5. Ant has no Triforce pieces yet. He might be overlooking a map or something. RC drone still going through 5. JSR going west. Looks like he might be going for 8, or since I think 5 switched around, right? So and AngryLarry making his way through level 4.
RC Drone picks up the level 5 Triforce. I believe every single one of our runners in this race is on a real NES. It very much looks like that. Maybe JSR is on an emulator, because it looks pretty clean, but he could just have really good video capture.
That's true, it is pretty clean. Okay, looks like Ant's gonna make his way to level 2. Okay, GSR making his way to 2, and he's about to get the Triforce. That should put him about 6.
Yeah, I think JSR has a decided lead in Triforce right now. It's going to be hard to catch him.
RC Drone Larry, not too far behind.
I'm being told that JSR uses an RGB modded console, so it is just very clean video capture.
Ah. Interesting stuff. Very cool. AngryLarry picks up the level 4 Triforce. Looks like Ant is checking out level 8. Looks like RC Drone is going up to get the extra rupees in this game. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a shop, actually. JSR going to level 7 again. There we go. Ant gets the shield, which is actually the bow.
So now that he's got some meat, he can get past that Gibdo.
Yeah, does love me.
Finds himself a meat map.
RCDrone gets past the completely forgot his name. As he enters level 8.
The Patra, or what are we talking
Patra,
about?
thank you.
Alright.
Patra. Really bad at names. So fighting the Patra instead of a group of Darknuts, yeah, it's going to be a little more difficult.
And then a turret room, yeah, that really sucks.
Yep, especially in a start room. And a group full of Lionels. That's too many projectiles for me. So I could be wrong. I think Lionels might have just made this worse. There we go. JSR defeats one of the hardest Zelda bosses around.
And more Patras to deal with for RCDrone. Oh, takes the death there. Kind of surprised he didn't just run on. But the Patra was almost dead, so maybe just wanted to get it completely out of the way.
And finds the raft. He's going to make some real progress here. And there we go. JSR gets level 7. Level 7 Triforce. With 10 hearts, it's a possibility now that he can get the magic sword. He's only got 2 more Triforces to go.
JSR now entering 8. Just throwing the book at that Patra.
When we all, because you know, Patra's pretty, pretty obtrusive, gets in the way a lot. Well, at least this probably means that Patra will make an appearance at 9, but who knows? He started taking a little too many hits, and oh, yeah, he does. Gets a little bit overwhelmed by Patra.
Looks like he's gonna go heal up and come back.
RCDrone nearly getting wiped out there by that really fast-moving snake. Rope, I mean. Oh, nice fairy drop.
AngryLarry finds his way into 5. Does a quick up A just to get 3 hearts there.
RCDrone on his way to getting that level 8 Triforce. He's gonna pick up the heart, and yep. There, he's got it. JSR gonna use some safe starts fighting this Pacha. Hiding in a doorway when possible. When he extends his field of smaller children? Yes? Oh.
Sure.
Yeah. So that is the safest strat you can use against Pacha.
There is a master child, and if you kill that master, the formation of the rest of them will stay in that motion that it's doing at that time. And never cycle again. So it's another reason to only really fight them when they're in a tight bunch.
Well, definitely. Sounds good. And we're going, and RCDrone making his way to the very pinkish level 6. It's a good shady pink, I like that. Thank you, Iggy. We should give all our runners here follows everybody, because these guys are very awesome. Very awesome what they're doing. Some of them are Zelda speedrunners as well as runners of other games, as well as quite often players of Zelda Randomizer. Not just one either. I know Larry does Zelda 2 Randomizer as well. Very awesome.
JSR making a pit stop at a ferry again to fill up. It's a good strategy. I always try to force my way through at low health, and I die repeatedly.
I definitely always try to go for the fairy fountain when possible. Usually on seats, I don't rack up that many hearts anyways. There we go, that's the level 5 Triforce for AngryLarry there. Now JSR is going to make his way to 6.
RCDrone emerges victorious with that Triforce at a level 6. What's that put him at?
Not quite sure, but
6,
I'm
apparently.
Yeah, it's like it. I was about to say I think he's second behind JSR right now in Triforce count. Believe AngryLarry would be 3rd place, and then Ant's coming up.
I think that's right.
As soon as Ant figures out the locations, which I'm sure he has already, I think he'll be catching up shortly. JSR going to the left. Sorry.
Just Larry is now a 9, seeing that he needs all the Triforce. I guess he didn't get here before.
Could have sworn he did.
Maybe he just didn't understand the clue there.
Then again, I could be wrong. In some seeds, is it completely 8 required Triforces, or sometimes it could be maybe less than 8?
It can be less than 8, but the guy blocking you would specifically say you need whatever amount of Triforce.
Ah, I see.
It's always specific when it's not 8 Triforce.
Right. Okay. Makes sense. JSR gets 6, and that's it. He's ready to enter level 9. That is true. JSR does speedrun this game. Does 100% category as well as any percent. So he does know his way quite a bit around these dungeons. Not sure about second quest. There's quite a few second quest rooms up there.
And JSR makes a pit stop there to grab a potion right before 9.
Very smart thing to do. So since we don't know what to expect in 9, always expect the unexpected going into 9.
So at this point, it's possible that Ganon's not required whatsoever. It's possible that Ganon is 1 HP. The rooms will be fixed, so it will be, normal location for Ganon and Zelda.
Yeah, here we go. JSR going into 9. The scariest 9 of all. Very light baby blue 9. Yeah, I was right. There is no Patras, just various other enemies. So this might make this level 9 a breeze, actually, but we'll see.
RCDrone doing a little key farming there. With Vanilla 9, there is a specific number of keys that you want to have before going in to be as fast as possible.
Indeed, I think you need about 3 or 4 keys. I'm not 100% sure.
JSR grabbed those silvers.
Yep, thankfully those in the same location. Now it's off to Ganon.
Really not worth the risk to just skip it, hoping the Ganon isn't required.
Yeah, definitely.
Gotta wait on these wall masters. I always can't help myself. I have to pick up that clock whenever I see it drop on those wall masters, and then you have to leave the room
Yeah.
and come back to get the rest to pop out of the wall.
Yeah, it's a force of habit. It's such a bad thing to do when fighting the small masters, though. Fighting Wizroads, it's a godsend. It is something you do not want to miss getting. Wizroads are very annoying. I still can't deal with them.
Alright, setting up for the fight. That shutter door is closed. I'm curious as to whether it would have popped open and he could have just walked on through if Ganon was not required. That would be interesting.
That would be great. It looks like there he goes. Stun locking.
Gets the
Ganon.
stun lock.
Awesome stuff there, JSR.
Gonna be GG JSR.
And there she is. This is Zelda. JSR, first place. GG to him. As well as our other runners.
And getting a little frustrated there at his lack of meat. This is going to be first place moves on. You know, these randomizer seeds can take a long time if you get a really bad set. So we're trying to reduce the number of rounds that people have to go through for people's time constraints.
Yeah, very understandable. These, I've seen quite a few seeds that have gone on far too long. But it looks like everybody's gonna probably just for randomizers, you don't necessarily need to have magic sword. I mean, you can if it's convenient, but a lot of people just go through the whole game just the white sword at most. We see rcdrone made it to 9 now. Definitely knows his way around. He's on his way to Ganon.
Almost to the end now for RC. Just gotta clean up these Tektides, go kill Ganon. Health is looking a little low. Don't know how comfortable. I'm sure he's incredibly comfortable fighting Ganon. Didn't see if he picked up a potion.
Ooh, Ganon gets one hit in though. And another. Half a heart. Oh, it's a clutch. Oh,
Gets hit.
top block right there.
just breezing on through these rooms. Doesn't want to stop for any heart farming or anything. You might
I don't.
no. You could force a fairy from attacking that old man, but again, he chooses not to.
I don't think rcdrone bought a potion, right? That was only JSR.
I'm sure if he had one, he would have used it the first time around because he was down to half a heart. There would be no reason not to use it.
Yeah. True. Oh, there we go. Fairy drop. Awesome stuff.
And grabs the clock like I was talking about.
It happens. Very close to the end now.
Gotta clear out the Tektites again. Gets another fairy.
I think he should be good now with this last battle.
Doesn't even care about that heart on the ground. He's comfortable.
Very. Oh wow, he's got Ganon in place. Didn't even need 3 yards. He's got him there, and that's it.
GG to rcdrone. Coming in second place here.
Yep, GG.
For this race, anyway. Obviously not the overall tournament. We still got plenty more tournament to go.
Definitely. So stick around, everybody. It's going to be awesome. This has been very, very exciting so far. I love this. Not the most random of seeds, but nonetheless, still very awesome stuff right here to discover, because not everybody knew it was completely, almost all vanilla all the way. Took a while to figure it out.
Yeah, figuring out the vanilla stuff really shows knowledge of the game and can really make you a lot faster in these seeds. The faster you figure out that things are vanilla, and then you can do it sort of a normal speedrunning, not completely normal speedrun route, because obviously the overworld was second quest.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, really gets you through the game a lot faster.
Yeah, knowing the second quest stuff can kind of mean a lot, because it's such a jarring, different thing than this first quest. And there's locations where you have to use whistle and things like that. And it can be pretty can kind of make or break your run here.
So chat is saying Larry is on 7 pieces. I missed his count. I believe them. believe we are trying to move on, try to keep this tournament moving. Gonna let Larry finish off stream as soon as people get capped. So I don't know exactly when that's gonna be, but we are trying to. As I said, this is gonna be potentially a long tournament, so we're gonna try and keep things moving along as quickly as possible. Don't want runners to have to wait around for hours on their matches. Not that Larry would take nearly an hour.
GG to our runner. Yeah. Let's see.
Alright, now I'm going to be in the second race, so I'm going to switch out and get prepped for that. Thank you for commentary with me, Rome, and I might be back later once I get destroyed on this first race.
Thank you, Kavik. I'll be bowing out myself, so thanks, dude, for our commentary.
And this is Anthole. Gonna be doing some commentary with the one and only Yogi the Monk.
Yo.
What's going on, Yogi? You feeling confident about your matchup here?
When Jam is in my group, no, of course. I can only hope that I luck out on him.
Yeah, I had JSR is just a phenomenal Zelda player in general, and when I shuffled the seeds and got that, I was like, well, at least I'll be able to help with commentary a little bit.
If people don't know, Jam won the. There was another random percent tournament, and Jam won it all.
Oh yeah, Jam's incredible too. I mean, we have a lot of talent in this tourney today, and Zelda Rando is so much fun. I definitely look forward to doing it again in the future.
Oh yeah, I would say this is the maybe the most kind of complicated, in-depth kind of rando of all the Zeldas, just because of the sheer number of